to a show.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Mats Podcast. And today on the podcast, I would like to welcome a grappler who is a white belt, but also what's cool is that this grappler is a chef. So I was like, dude, that should be interesting. And I want to talk to them. So today on the podcast, I would like to welcome Miss Chef Robyn.
Hi, Don.
Hello, Robyn. Welcome to the podcast. And how are you?
I'm good. I actually have a little bit of imposter syndrome right now, but after you told me that this was a podcast for normal people, I felt a lot better.
Yeah,
I was like, why does this guy want to talk to me? I'm just a white belt nobody.
I've been wanting to talk more to white belts recently. I just had a teammate on 2-3 episodes ago. It was a white belt. Whenever I try to talk to white belts, they get promoted before we can have the episode. I'm like, well, that sucks.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
no, wait. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like after the podcast they get promoted. I was like, I'm ready. I'm so excited.
Well, no. So my blue belts tend to get promoted to purple belt, though. And I'm like, well, I just had you on. I can't have you back on next week to talk about that. So, give us some time. But no, every time I try to talk to a white belt, they get promoted before we can have the white belt conversation. It's like, well, all right.
Yeah, start over.
I still have them on, but now it changes a little bit. But for you and your jiu-jitsu journey, like, how long have you been training? When did it start for you?
I started in February. How many months is that? 6?
6, 7. What
Math,
are we in?
yeah.
September? So about 7 months.
7 months, yeah. Well, my
Nice.
teenage son did it first. He's autistic, and we thought we were gonna have like the next. What's that guy's name? That autistic kid? That's amazing.
Well, all of them.
Really?
Mikey Musumeci?
Yeah. But it didn't stick. He's like a limp noodle. He just lets anybody do whatever to him, doesn't care. So we tried that, and then I have a 4-year-old. We got him in when he was 3, and he loves it. Like, he's going to be a monster. He's 4 now, so he's been in for a year. And so there's a female coach that coaches the little kids, and I've been watching her closely, and I've been curious about this for a while, and I've been curious about like the self-defense aspect of it, and I just was really weird about like, how am I gonna be that intimate with like other men that aren't my husband? Like, I had this fear that it was like inappropriate, and I was just like projecting this, like, I don't know, scenario that I was going to be in an uncomfortable situation. So I just like put it off to the side. Our jiu-jitsu gym is in an actual gym. It's like in the middle of a workout gym, and there's a CrossFit across the hall. So I was in CrossFit for years, but I could see, like, I had a visual of jiu-jitsu from the CrossFit gym. So like, I always had this like small connection with my kids and with seeing it across the hall, and that curiosity was always there. But I finally pulled the trigger, and I was in the bathroom, and this female coach came into the bathroom, and she had her gi on, and I was like, hey, I want to talk to you about this. And I was like, how do you deal with the guys? Like, is it weird? Like, it's, and she's like, it's not weird at all. And she's like, why don't you come to a class? I'll make sure I'm there. You and me will partner up. You don't have to touch any guys. It's not a big deal. And that's what I did. And I was instantly hooked. It was the most fun I've ever had. I mean, I try to recruit women, and it's so hard. There's only like 4 women in my gym. So it's really hard. And I always try to tell them, I know you're not supposed to use all your strength. I get that. But in the beginning, I was like, imagine using all of your strength on another person. And they would kind of be like, ooh. And I'd be like, now how good would that feel? And they'd be like, yeah. But I haven't recruited anybody yet, unfortunately. I'm working on it. I'm trying to make videos geared toward getting women in here, but we'll see.
Yeah, getting folks to, I can't even get guys that I know
Yeah,
to
it's
want to do
scary.
it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand how they feel.
I think also to be the kind of person to step onto the mats and say, this is what I want to do, there's something different there,
Hmm.
for sure. Because I always think it's like, I don't think just regular folks look at this and say, let me try this. Now, I think once you get out there and you get to see, you can kind of, have this ability out there, defending yourself and even, having some success offensively. Then I think for some folks it changes a little bit and they're like, oh wait,
Yeah.
I can do this. So, but it is tough. I don't, you know, I've been trying to get my buddy to do this for years, and I think last February he was about to do Muay Thai. He was like, "I'll come in and do Muay Thai." I was like, "Oh, word! That's gateway drug. We
Yeah.
get you
Yeah.
on these
Dip your
mats."
toes in the water. Yes. No,
And he
that's
still hasn't
perfect.
done it.
It's so hard, especially as an adult, to like jump into a new thing. Um,
Yeah.
Not hard, but it's just like scary. I think we're like prone to just staying comfortable. It's so easy to just be comfortable, and it's just getting over that hump of just starting. And then once you're in, you're in. I mean, the first month was uncomfortable for sure. Like just doing the warm-ups was super uncomfortable for me. Like figuring out just the front rolls and back rolls and the hip escapes and like just the very simple basic things. And I was obviously lagging very far behind everybody else. Like I said, I had CrossFit, so I had like I thought I was in shape, but I'd never been more sore in my life. And my hip flexors, it was all hip flexors. Like I was just not
Mhm.
used to pulling my legs up like that and bringing my knees to my chest like that. I just wasn't used to like crunching my body in that way. So, yeah, that first month is so uncomfortable, but it was like I was getting so high for hours after because I'd
Yeah.
never used all of my body strength at once, and it was also like that mental fatigue of learning something new. And like, I mean, I don't know how to really explain it very well. I mean, you obviously know what I'm talking about because you're in this, but um I'm an addict. I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic, and when I get hooked on something, like game over.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
in 100%. I made a fucking Instagram. Like that's how addicted to this I am. So, um yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to get women in here, like I said, but it's rough. It's rough going.
Yeah, like what you just said there, like trying to explain to someone who doesn't know, who doesn't get it, it's strange for us and for them hearing it because it's like, what do you mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll have like a rough Friday night because that's our wrestling class, and I'll go in there and it's all like the high school wrestlers and a couple of college guys. And here I am, 47, and getting worked, but I feel good afterward
Right.
because there was progress. It's like, okay, it's building my confidence in my stand-up game and the takedowns and defending those things, even though I one of my teammates, he, I believe, wrestled at Nebraska many years ago, and he just treats me any way he wants. But over time, I've gotten to the point where it's like, well, I'm not going to let you do this, and I'm stopping this and stopping that. So there is that confidence boost there, and that it's a high. And for
Yeah.
me, when I used to have classes at night, I would come home from class, I couldn't go to sleep for hours because I was just so wired. I was like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
feel good. Like,
Yeah.
let's do more.
Yeah. I have this like running wheel in my head all the time. Like I'll try to lay down or go to sleep, and I'm just like thinking about jujitsu, and it like doesn't stop. doesn't stop. I made a video about it because I'm like, when am I going to be able to fall asleep? Because like this is, but I had the same thing with cooking too. I used to lay in bed and just think about food and think about like different combinations of flavors. So like that's just part of my addictive personality. It could really be anything, unfortunately. But at least this is like semi-healthy, and I'm in a good gym. Like I have really good professors that take care of me. It's very like paternal. And I've
That's
always
good.
been very comfortable here, and they make sure that I don't roll with certain people for a reason. I'm 5'4". I'm not a big person, so you know, I'm protected there. I'm hopefully not going to get injured. I don't go super hard either. My One of my favorite professors taught me how to flow for the first time. Like I think it was like 4 months in, and I was just going so hard. I was like just using all of this like weightlifting strength just to get me through. But I'm watching him like flow with another professor, and I'm like, that looks nice. Like you're not even sweating. Like that looks fun. And he's like, yeah, you just flow. And I'm like, what the fuck is flow? I don't know what flow is. And he's like, I'll just teach you. And yeah, that's been very nice. So now a lot of the black belts will, you know, not roll their eyes when I go to partner up with them because I'm not a spaz anymore. And that's
That's
just,
good.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to be I don't want to be the white belt spaz anymore. I was for sure.
I rolled yesterday with a white belt spaz, and I didn't know that it was coming. Like I saw someone. I was like, "Hey, I got my camera, so I like to record my rounds." I was like, "Hey, can we get a round?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm a little tired." And our coach was like, "Dude, you're 22. What are you talking about tired?" Like, so he goes, "Okay, okay, okay."
Gassed
So we
out.
tap hands. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't know that until he just shot right in. Like we barely tapped hands, and he just attacked me. So I gave in. I went straight to the ground and just I'm sitting there, just kind of looking like, huh, okay. And he's like going, just all this
Uh-huh.
energy. And then finally, I see he tired out, and then I was like, oh, that's why he said he was tired because he was like putting everything into this, and I bit my lip. I was like, oh, now it's on, buddy. But
Oh my God.
it it's something that we all work through. Once you get to that moment, like where you're at now, where you feel good about not being the spazzy white belt, it's just all positive from here for you.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of just modeling from other people. Like if I was rolling with upper belts and I was being the spaz, I was just noticing that, like you just said, they were just waiting for me to get tired. Like they were just in their defensive position that they had mastered. And, I'm just up there like trying to find shit that I don't even know what I'm trying to find. And eventually they're like, all right, she's done. And then they just catch me and then that's it. So like I was just learning from their behavior, you know. And there's this other guy, he's a brown belt, and he's so cool and he's so like fluid. And after I roll, I was like, how do you keep just slipping out of everything? Like I thought I had a good hold, and he just like whoop, he just sloops out, and he's like, you just gotta not be so tense. Like you can't escape when you're tense. You gotta be loose. You gotta be fluid. And that stuck with me, and that's like something that helped me learn very quickly. Like just stop being so fucking tense. It's like it's kind of a game changer, really. I mean, it's helped me so much.
Yeah, the it took me a while to figure that out. Like I don't know, it might have been a year and a half before it clicked. But I feel like when I was early on, especially, I had a little bit of a know-it-all mentality where I was like, I'm watching. I was like, I know what they're doing. Like, so I
Right.
wasn't asking
I
questions. I
can do
was just
that.
like, oh, I'll do it, and
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Right. No,
But
I feel the same way. Yeah. Or like, oh, I got this guy. Like I can fucking tap this black belt, no worries. No.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't even know when. I know there was a blue belt who let me get an arm bar on him, and I didn't know that he let me get an arm bar. So my mom was like, "Yeah, I got him," but he was letting me work, and
I've had
it's
that
like,
too. Yeah, I've had that where they've let me work, but I've also had um like females come in from other gyms and I know that they're not letting me work. Like I've only been rolling with men. So like I've been used to like that strength and that level. And then I have like when I see a woman come in, I get so fucking excited because like finally I can have somebody on my level at least, you know? And this woman came in, she was a purple belt, but she had not come in a long time. Like she's like, "Oh, I haven't been back in like 2 years, whatever." And like I tapped her like 3 times in a round. And I know she wasn't letting me work because I know what that feels like. And um after the roll, I mean, I could see that she was like visibly upset. And then she's like, "Yeah, that was cool that I was like letting you work or whatever." And I was like, "Come on, ego, ego." But whatever.
Yeah.
It's I you know when someone's letting you work. I mean, in the beginning I didn't. In the beginning I was like, "God, I'm so strong. Like I got this in the bag." And then um I'm watching the same guys roll with other guys and I'm like, "Wait, they're not doing that to me. They're not even they're not even trying with me. Wait, they're not even trying with me?" And I was like, "Phew, no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, it's all been a fake.
It's all a
Uh,
lie. Lies. Yeah, but you know
yeah.
what's cool though is everybody's cool and not cool. They're starting to go harder on me. Like the past 2 months, things have changed, and I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, things have changed. There's this one black belt that I roll with regularly. Is my favorite. I passed his guard for the first time like 3 weeks ago. He's been smashing me ever since. He just can't. He's like, "All right, you're done. We're over."
I mean, that's a good thing though. They see that you're getting better. So, now they're adding that extra pressure, that challenge now. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah,
let's elevate. So we got you.
they're
So
putting a little more
it,
weight on my vest.
yes.
Yes.
Where I didn't get that when the roles started getting harder. I was like, huh, like, do I suck more now? Like, I feel like I was getting better now. Like I'm trash again. It's like, no, they stopped letting me work and they started smashing me. And then
Yep.
like when I got promoted, then it really all changed. It was
No, I
just,
thought that this was going to happen when I got promoted, but this is already happening. It's not fair. I don't like it. I want to be I want to be babied like a white belt until I'm not a white belt anymore.
yeah. I mean, you think it would go that way, but nah.
Yeah.
They, but it's I think that is kind of one of those things that when they started going hard, when they start pressuring you more, I think it's kind of a respect thing. It's like, oh,
Right.
we can't, slouch on this person because
Hmm.
next thing I know, they're wrist locking me, which is horrible. So don't wrist lock
What I
people.
love is when I'm about to roll with somebody and they underestimate and they start letting me work. Like they start with that mentality and then I get them in something. I get their hand behind their back or whatever it is. And then they go, "Oh, whoops." And then they start turning it up a little bit and you can feel the shift. I love that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
like
then I'm like,
that
"Oh, I'm
that
fucked now."
that move. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, wait a minute,
Oh, wait,
I
she
can't
knows
let
how
them
to
do
do that?
this.
Shit. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't think you get this far. Um,
Exactly. That's my favorite.
so with the time that you've had on the mats and training and just getting in work, what's been your favorite submission that you've gotten or attempted or been working on?
You're kind. I'm just trying to get out of side control.
Hey, I'm a blue belt and I'm
uh,
still trying to get out of side control most of the time. I'm just like, fuck
so I
again.
would say if I am against somebody equally matched, which is few and far between, um, I am very fond of the Kesikatame situation. And then I get into a high mount, and then I'll either do like a mounted triangle or I'll just do the armbar. but I'm very strong and I'm very heavy. So like once I get into side control and I can like get on my side, they're not getting out. But it's just a matter of getting there. So I can't get around most of these guys' guards to get into that position. But once I do get there, it's amazing. But if there's like a fresh person in there or somebody who's like at my level, then it's pretty easy for me to pass their guard and get to that spot. That's kind of my go-to. It's just getting over
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I always try to tell myself when I'm training, like, stay on top, get on top, stay on top.
Yeah.
And then once we start, I'm like, fuck, I got to get there first.
Right.
Like, why won't they stop moving?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I know it's still early for you, but have there been any thoughts of possibly competing?
I honestly, I'm on the fence about it. I don't want to get hurt. It's like my biggest concern. I run a business, like I have two kids. I can't really afford to not be able to like walk. And I also don't want to not be able to do jujitsu anymore. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not in this for like the glory. I'm just in this because it's a good workout and it's a lot of fun. And I
Cool.
know that if I do it, I am extremely competitive. And it's going to be another addiction for me. If God forbid I win something, my first competition, like it's done. You know, like we're traveling, we're getting it. No, so I'm just not. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
We're
fair
just going to
enough.
skip it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We almost did the tap out for cancer because we met Ray and he came to our gym and he's like, it's the chillest one. Like they're not there to
Yeah.
really get a medal. They're just there to raise money for a good cause. So I almost did that, but I had to work that night. That was last night, actually, here on Long
Oh,
Island. So yeah, but no, I don't think I'll be competing anytime soon.
okay.
Yeah.
I always wonder that when I went in, I didn't think I would compete. I competed once and I got silver, which I think was the best
That's
possible outcome
amazing.
for me.
Yeah.
Uh, it,
What?
it, like that first match I had, that dude was whipping my ass.
Yeah.
Like, I fortunately he didn't know what he was doing
Were you
either.
a white belt?
Yes,
Okay. Yes. You're going
and
against another white. See, that's my thing. Like maybe when I'm like purple or brown, but if I'm against another white belt that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing and they have the adrenaline and like it's just a recipe for disaster for me.
so like I think if you're competing, and you're a part of a good team that monitors that, folks that are getting out there on the competition mats, they're still pretty controlled. There's some competitions where I've seen some wacky shit where it's like I see and I'm like, that's why I don't compete. But the majority of them, they are pretty tame. I mean, the guy who I went against in that first match, we got our grips, and my coach, I looked at him, I was like, what do I do? Is like, take him down. I was like, the fuck does that? Oh shit. Like, cause and then the dude took me down, so he got his
Mm,
two. And then from that point, it was pretty much just him. He got to my back, but he didn't get his hooks, so he didn't get all
mhm.
the points for that. So he was trying to do a bow and arrow choke, and he eventually let go of the choke because he burned himself out trying.
Right.
And I just turned around into
You were
side
on him.
control on him,
Yeah, yeah.
and I got the 3 points. And I was like, oh,
Perfect.
I didn't know I won. I was like, oh man, that sucked. And then they raised me. I was like, holy shit, I won. And then that took me to the finals, and the guy there definitely knew what he was doing.
Okay.
I was like,
Little
okay.
sandbag
And
situation. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I feel like he was like, that dude had to be like right on the cusp of blue belt. He
Yeah.
just like tripped me right to the ground, knee on belly. We
He
ended
knew
up in
it. Yeah. He had a plan.
yeah. And I lost 5-0. But it was one of those things where, again, it was like, you know what? If I would have won, I would have had this thing in my head. I was like, y'all can't tell me shit. I want to
Right.
go. I'm the best ever. But if
Yeah.
I didn't win anything, I would have like, man, this sucks. I'm going back to basketball. Like
Right,
at
you're
least I
right.
could make a
Perfect.
shot.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, like
Good, but I'm
silver
not
was
that
like,
good.
yeah, it's like you know enough. You know enough to
Yep.
turn around into side control. Like
Yes.
so that's something. But yeah, not everyone, wants to compete. And there are a lot of times you get people that will say, you have to compete if you want to get better. And I don't think that's always the case. I mean, it can be fun, it can be a challenge, but I don't think everyone has to compete. I don't know that I'm going to compete again. If I do, it'll be something
Yeah.
like tap cancer out because it's like
Yeah,
super
something
chill.
fun. Yeah, I
Yeah,
also don't know anything about the point system yet. So there's a coach. I told you about him, Richard Byrne. He's a CEO of Kasai.
yes,
So he does like advanced classes on the weekends in the morning, and he only talks in points because he competes. And I just think if I've gone through 6 minutes and haven't tapped, like I'm successful, like I've won. But I'll roll with them and it'd be like, you just lost 2 points. That's 2 points right there. What are you doing? Why are you giving me your back? That's 2 points. And I'm like, I'm just trying not to tap. I don't know what this point thing is that you're talking about. So, even if I were to go into a competition, I need to like actually train and study the point system because I would just think that I was winning because they weren't getting a submission on me. Like my goal when I roll with somebody is just to get a submission. I'm never thinking points in my head, which maybe I should. Um, I just haven't gotten that far.
yeah. If you're competition minded, that you definitely want to be aware of the points. There's some
Yeah,
folks that I roll with that I know they compete, so I'm always tracking points with them. They're
right.
always beating me easily because they're going to the positions to get their points. So I'm
Yeah,
keeping track in my head. I was like, damn, that's 3, that's 4, fuck, another
right.
4. Like, oh, we're
Yeah,
on our feet. Oh, another 2. But for the most part though, in my mind, it's like get that submission, like at least get
right,
control, get the position and control. But when you're in the points mindset, it is a different type of grappling because you're just you're flowing from one thing to the other. Whereas like if I'm trying to submit you, I want to get that position, I want to hold you there, let it cook for a minute, let you know it's coming,
right.
and then wrist lock.
Smart. I'm not at the strategy part yet. Like I said, it's just pure survival right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing this for a very long time, and most of my jujitsu is survival until I get
Yeah.
somebody that's like, "Oh, you made a mistake." Yes, I can capitalize,
Yes.
but most of the time I'm just getting thrashed. I'm like, "Please, please, please! I got a
Look, what
daughter."
I don't understand is why they're not teaching me leg locks. I'm kind of pissed about it because this is like their favorite thing to do to me. I don't know the mechanics of it, so I don't know. Like, I know when they're going for it, but I don't know how to move my leg to where they're not going to get it because I don't know the mechanics yet. So I'm just like flipping and spinning, but they get it anyway. So I'm like, obviously, I'm like giving it to them in some way. And I keep asking and asking. And they're like, no, we're not going to teach you leg locks. Sorry. And I get it. Like, I understand. I don't want to hurt anybody. But I'm like, just so I can defend it, just tell me
Yeah,
where to not put my leg, please. Because this is like the one thing.
yeah. A lot of times I learn stuff just so I could defend it.
Yeah.
I don't want to ankle lock anyone. I don't want to toe hold or heel hook anyone. Knee bars. I don't want to do none of that. Well, I
I
might do
just
an
want to
ankle lock.
avoid it, is what the
Yes.
real motivation is.
We yesterday in class we were actually working on um like basically rolling out of ankle lock and a heel hook. I was like, huh. Like I knew this stuff, but I guess I never really like knew it. I was just
Yeah.
like aware, but like actually seeing it, and then I like to record the technique as well as coach is showing it.
Oh,
And I
that's
look
smart.
back, oh my god. Well, yeah, because like I come home and I write my notes, like
Hmm.
because I sweat a lot, so I don't want to break out my notebook at the gym and start writing and just
Yeah.
dripping all over it. So
Warped.
there's like, wait, what is that smudge there? But
Exactly.
I take out my phone, I record, and then when I go home, I sit down, look at the video, and then I write the notes. I just write step by step was being done
Yeah.
from that point, because it helps a little bit. It
Right.
helps more to actually go out there and do it. But yeah, like the whole leg lock game gets a little tricky. And I know with white belts, some coaches are very like, we don't want to teach white belts any of the stuff for it because we don't want you to hurt somebody. It's like, okay,
It's so
like you
easy to
said,
get hurt. Yeah.
yeah.
It's so easy. And it's a useful weapon, obviously.
Mhm.
Um, and I've had people put me in one, but they won't, because you don't know when to tap really with it. Like it's a very fine line between like something's gonna break and you're okay. So like
Yes.
they'll get me there and then they'll just let me go. Well, they'll be like, you need to tap now. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't hurt. And they're like, it doesn't matter. This is a leg lock and you need to tap now. Or they'll just be like, fuck it, she's not gonna fucking tap, and they just let me go and do something else. That happens a lot.
Yeah. Like with the heel hook, it sounds like where you probably were, that especially gets tricky because 1 second you feel good and you're like, I'm safe. And then
Yeah.
a split second later, you have a shredded ACL. And
Yeah.
you're just
And
like,
then you
huh.
have a white belt who doesn't know how to like slowly,
Hmm.
they'll just go like this and then it's over. So I understand. We're very, very careful at this gym. Like we don't even start from standing unless we're doing a judo lesson in class. So
Yeah.
there we have a judo black belt that teaches a no-gi class. So we'll start from standing if it's one of his classes, but we're always on our knees. Like we never start from standing at the beginner classes, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we do a lot of positional and situational drills.
Yeah.
So we're always starting down. Now, after class, we'll do like an open mat where we can spar, and we could start from the feet. I tend to start from the feet in those, but I just realized like I could just say to my, you know, teammate, hey, can we start sitting?
I've
Because
never
there's
started
some,
from feet. Or I'll just get on my back and I'll just start there. I'll just be like, I'm not even gonna try. It's not happening.
yesterday, one of my teammates had a good collar grip on me, and I felt he was setting me up for something. And I just sat down. I was like, you know what, buddy? We're not
That's
doing
such a
this.
good defense. Yeah, you just
I
sit.
And he told me afterwards, it was like, well, I wanted you to think I was going for the collar drag, but I was really going to do this. It was like, yeah, look, man, I've been off for
Doesn't
two
work if I
weeks.
sit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I sat down and he was like, then I just passed your guard. I was like, I mean, that's fine. You didn't throw me on my face, though. And that was kind of the point of my day. It's not to
Yeah.
land on my face. So it's just
You're
like,
kind of a nerd, Dante. I like this though, because I'm kind of a nerd too.
I mean, I just like doing different things.
Yeah.
I like my weird stuff. Well, what
Yeah.
other people say is weird. I think that shit's normal. But
Do you
hey,
like to read?
comic books. I
Okay.
read a lot of comics.
My
I
son
do
draws
read.
comic books.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, he's
nice.
sick.
Like, does he have like a favorite character that he likes to draw?
So he draws. Do you know what Animal Crossing is?
Yes,
So he,
that's weird. I just found a poster of that when I was going through all my stuff yesterday,
yeah.
and it was autographed. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. So that's crazy that just came up.
I just made him take all of his shit out of here. Oh, I'm not going to show you that. But he draws superheroes, but they're in the style of Animal Crossing characters.
Okay.
But they're like sick. Like, and he does anime, and he's an amazing artist. Yeah.
My daughter, she's starting to really get into drawing. I don't draw. I write.
Hmm.
So when I see her drawing, I'm fascinated. And she's like, Dad, can you draw me this? And I'm like, baby, I can't even make stick figures. I can't even do a straight line. So good luck. But she's like, for her, it's not about that. It's just she wants us to do something together. So I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. Like, here's a straight line. I contributed.
I made
And
a
she's like,
circle.
and then she passed me on the head. Good job. I'm
Oh,
like, all right,
cute.
like
And
knock it
he's in
off.
jujitsu too, right?
She is not.
Okay.
Like she was very interested when she was younger. We're like, okay, let's get her in. And my wife was like, hey, that costs a lot of money, like for the
Yeah.
two of you. And I was like, I will stop. I will, because I have means. of like getting jiu-jitsu into my life. Like I'd rather her be in the class, and my wife was just like, no, like let's just
You could teach
wait.
her at home.
So I tried actually, but I think the problem is that this is like fun time with dad for her.
Yeah.
So she's like goofing off and like being silly. And I try to like do things where it's going to be fun, but then that fun turns into like just like not being focused. I was like, yeah, you're better off in a class with a bunch of other kids
Hmm.
that you can work with and coaches who are like really, really honed in on this versus me. Like I'm home. I used to be the kids,
Like
one of the
play
kids
fighting.
coaches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in you know, we've done that where I was sure like things like, okay, well, if we're like play fighting here, like do this, like have this stance or, go for this grip. But like one of the little kids in the neighborhood, her cousin visits and my daughter got into a fight stance because she knows how to at least get into a good like Muay Thai stance.
Hmm.
And the girl goes, I can tell you don't know how to fight. And I was like,
Oh,
oh my lord. She was like, by the way you're standing, you don't know how to fight. I was like, oh,
you're
you
like,
do understand my kid
do
would
it,
put her
own.
foot in your
Like, get
chest.
on the floor with me. You don't even know.
Like, yeah, like, but hey, kids, that's what they do.
Yeah, we can't force them to like things that we want them to like, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think now she's less interested at 9 because I think she's at that point now where she's playing with all the girls in the neighborhood and they're doing, I guess, like 9-year-old girl stuff. So, and jujitsu is not one of those things.
Hmm.
Like, she's like, nah, I'm not interested in that. But,
She
you
has
know,
to see another like badass girl doing it and be like, I want to do that.
the girl who used to live across the street from us, we're still like friends with the family. The parents signed her up for jujitsu and they sent us videos and my daughter's looking at the video. She's excited. My wife was even like, oh, that might be good for her to do that with, for them to do it together because they're really good friends. And I was like, that's perfect. Let's go. And then my wife was just again like, nah, maybe not. And I
It's
was
the
like,
finances.
it is, but like I said, I'd be willing to take a step back. And
Yeah.
she was like, no, because my wife's very much like, you need jujitsu. I was like, well,
Well,
right
that's a good
now,
wife. You found a good wife.
I love that. I
She
genuinely
probably sees
do.
a change in you since you've done it.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a calmer demeanor about myself. Um, Almost too calm, I think, at this point. But
You're just numb
yeah, it's
from all
like
the emotional
like
damage.
like I said, when that white belt attacked me yesterday, I really just went into kind of like super chill mode because I knew he was gonna burn out, and I was just like chilling, waiting for him to exhaust himself.
Isn't that
That's
such
how I
a good
look.
feeling? It's like kind of like a Jedi mind trick. Like you have this like one up on people that don't do this. And it's so I mean, I'm not saying that I'm advanced by any means, but if I were to encounter somebody in a situation that doesn't do any martial arts, I think I'll be okay. You know what I mean? I could
Yeah,
at least get away.
yeah. I always say that when folks, whenever I will post something, and you'll get occasionally someone will say, "Well, that wouldn't work in the street. Jiu-jitsu doesn't work in the street." Blah blah blah, and it's like, okay. So here's my take on that. Street jiu-jitsu. I'm not pulling guard in the street. Number one, you know, I'm not doing an Eminari roll in the street. I'm not doing anything where I'm going to my back in the streets.
Hmm.
But what I do know is that I know body positioning, I know balance, I know control.
Hmm.
So if there's someone that is, let's say there's a situation you're trying to hold someone back. I know how to position
We
my body
know
to
how to
hold them.
create space. We're very good at creating
Yeah.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. If someone's in my personal space, I know how to judge that space and back up and get where I need to be. There's so
Hmm.
many different things. And also regular people don't have good balance. Don't let them fool you.
Hmm.
People always say, oh, I have good balance. My wife says it all the time. And it's like, if I shoved you
Not when
just a
I
little bit,
shove that foot over to the side and push you the other
mhm,
way.
like it's like, do you know what a foot sweep is? Watch
Yeah.
this. Let me show you a Sotogari.
Let me see your
Your
balance.
balance is trash.
All right.
Yeah. So it like there are all those little things I think about when people are like, "Oh, it would have worked on a string." It's like, well, I'm not trying to. It's like, well, they can do this, and that. I can do those things too. Plus, I know jujitsu, dummy. Like, you don't understand. Like
We're not
last year watching,
trying to fight people on the street. We're just trying
yeah,
to stay safe in a situation where if we didn't know this, we would be absolutely helpless.
I tell my buddy all the time. Last year when we went out, if some shit goes down, my job is to get us out of here. I'm not
Hmm.
fighting nobody.
Yeah.
You don't need to fight nobody. Our job is to get out without having to, put hands on nobody. And, that's your first line of defense is just knowing, being aware of the situation, being aware of your environment. And then the way I say it is you only fight if you're cornered. You
Hmm.
absolutely have to fight, or if a loved one is being threatened. If someone's putting their hands on my wife or my child,
Oh, it's done.
yeah,
Over.
like I'm gonna put my hands on them. And if I'm in a situation where I'm cornered and I have to fight out, like we're at a baseball game last year, and I told my buddy's son who ended up signing up for jiu-jitsu, I was like, I don't think I could beat everybody in this room. Not at all. In fact, if some shit went down, I'm going to do my best to get to that door
Yeah.
and run. I'm not Superman. I'm just a dude. But I do understand that I know shit that y'all don't know. And if I have to use it, I will. I can choke people unconscious. I can shred your ACL. I can break your arm. I can break your wrist. Oh, and also I can hold you in place while I gouge your eyes if I have to. I don't want to. That's horrible. But the
Okay, so
point
I'm
is,
not fucking with Dante.
I'm
Glad
a
we're
friendly person. I've only bitten two people in a fight ever. And that's that
Did you
might sound
say
like a high
bitten
number.
or beaten?
Yes, bitten.
Bitten.
That
That's
sounds like a
awesome.
high number. I promise you, it's not. It's like I've been in a
too
lot of
too
fights,
too high.
yeah, but it's like two sounds like a high number. Like
No, I
it
teach that
might,
to my kids.
maybe,
I'm like, if somebody's, I'm like, you bite. That's
yeah,
the worst thing. That's your strongest muscle. I'm like, you use your teeth.
yeah. Like
I'm going
I
for the
always,
eyes. I'm biting. I'm kicking you in the balls. Like I'm not being a nice jujitsu girl if you're
there are
gonna
no
attack me.
rules.
Like shit's going down.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, there's a story in our, not a story, it's a true story. One of our brown belts. He's not a big guy, but he's savage. And he was at the bar, and this big black guy was fucking with him, like just like body checking him, just like wanted to start shit for no reason. One of those situations. And our brown belt was like, dude, let's just go outside. And he has this confidence that you just said, like, all the things that you can do to this person if you were in the situation. And he just had this level of confidence with this guy. And he was like, let's just, I mean, if you would like to step outside, I'm more than happy to go outside with you, young man. And they went like kind of back and forth with this. And the big guy ended up backing down because he was like, I think he just like felt the energy and the confidence that this guy had, even though he was a foot shorter than him. Like he just knew in his soul that he was going to get his ass whooped in front of all these people. Um,
yeah,
and yeah, I love having that like confidence in my back pocket. And you said it earlier too. Like jujitsu has calmed you down. I think that having that confidence is so reassuring that there's like so much less social anxiety because there's so much unknowns when you go out in the world, and especially if you're going out in like a super dense public place. I live by New York City, and it's kind of like, I mean, it's dangerous, in certain parts, and um, not that I'm there frequently, but it's like, having something in your arsenal that that you can protect yourself, or at least, not get seriously injured, is really important. I mean, it's important for me.
yeah, yeah. There's out here. I'm near Baltimore, so out here there's always this when you're in the like bar district, I guess, if you will, like Canton or Fells Point or something like that. There's always like the knuckleheads,
Hmm.
and that's where my buddy likes to go. It's like, dude, we're in our late 40s.
What do you mean likes to go?
He likes going to like what he would say like the hole in the wall bars and
Okay.
stuff like that. And it's like,
You
yes,
like
there's an
party
aesthetic
in the
to it.
wrong part of town.
Yeah, it's like I like to just go to like, I don't know, the Green Turtle or some bullshit, like not even Buffalo Wild Wings because knuckleheads show up there too. But I just like to go chill. Like realistically, I'd rather just sit at home and watch the games. Let's
Yeah.
go get a 12 pack and like sit at home. And look, it's cheaper, it's quieter, and I don't have to fight for the bathroom. And you know, there's no people disturbing you. But anytime we go out there, again, my first thought is always just be aware what the fuck is going on around
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
And he's not a fighter. He's not the guy that's going to try to fight anyone. I almost got into a situation many years ago when we were kids, and I had to stop myself because I realized, well, if I get jumped right now, he ain't helping. So let me just shut the
I
fuck
gotta
up.
be the hero.
And no, the funny thing is, though, I think the guy who I had static with, I think he felt the same way with his crew
Mm.
because he started talking shit to me and I fired back. And he was like, "What the fuck you say?" And I repeated myself. And then he walks up on me and I walk up to him and then he goes, "You know what, man? Let's just chill." I was like, "Yeah, we should chill." He was like, "Yeah, I think he bought me a beer later on." I was like, like,
Nice.
but in my mind, I was like, I'm glad that went that way because he had three other dudes with him and I had two with me, and my two, they ain't about that life. So
I
I,
have a
I
great
would,
idea actually to get your friends in jujitsu. You need to stage an attack. Okay? You need to
I
stage an
thought about
attack
it.
and you fucking annihilate like three guys with jujitsu moves. And then they're gonna be like, I have to do this now. That's the only
Like
way.
I considered that once. I was like, I need to get two teammates to come out and fuck with us.
Yes.
And just I will put it on them.
There's this
And
thing in
then
AA, it's called attraction, not promotion. So you lead by example and you show people the way instead of trying to recruit them, into sobriety. You can't tell an alcoholic to stop drinking. You can't tell somebody who doesn't want to do jiu-jitsu. You have to show them that this is the path, that this is the way.
yeah,
You like Star Wars. I know you do. I can see it. This is the
I,
way.
I have Star Wars action figures right over there.
Great. Okay, no, I have a funny Star Wars thing. My 4-year-old we've been reading these books, and last night he had a dream, and he goes, I have to tell you about this dream. Um, fuck, I'm gonna forget the name. It's a Jedi Master. It's Samuel L. Jackson. What's his name?
Oh, Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. He goes, I don't know who he's talking about. He goes, I had a dream. I was with Mace Windu, and we were fighting these bad guys. And I was like, who is Mace Windu? And I look it up. I'm like, you had a dream with Samuel L. Jackson? And I was like, that is so sick.
It's
He
like,
had an
hey,
entire like saga dream, and him and Samuel L. Jackson were Jedi.
pe- people don't know Sam Jackson's reach.
I was
You,
like, my kid is the shit. This is amazing.
they think he's only. They think the only thing he can do is say motherfucker, but he can also unite the children,
Yes.
get them out there being Jedi's.
I didn't think he could be any cooler, but he is.
That's good.
Yes. I
Um,
thought you'd appreciate that.
so in training right now for you, what's your favorite? What's been like your favorite part on the mats and just getting out there?
Mm. I think I mean, I appreciate the community that I've built with these people. You know, it's as much as I love the learning and the workout and everything, like I have a new group of friends that I know will have my back no matter what. And this is a small town. The Hamptons is not a large place. The people that live here year round, there's not a lot of us. A lot of our community, it blows up in the summertime, and there it goes from like 30,000 people to 100,000 people in 4 months. It's insane. But the people that live here, we all know each other, and all of our kids go to the kids classes together. And Professor Greg has like sake Thursdays, and they all stay behind after class. They take a shower because we have the showers in our gym, which I know a lot of people don't have, so we have that luxury. They take a shower and they come and they all like drink sake, and it's like a really
Nice.
nice thing. And I've been doing videos for him and getting everybody in the gym involved with like these funny videos. And um so for me, my favorite part is the community that I've built. And I was talking to you earlier before we were recording about how this is like, God, I'm actually an introvert, believe it or not. I It's very hard for me to like walk into a room of people I don't know. It's extremely difficult for me. I end up like projecting funny girl because I'm so nervous. Like that's just kind of my way to like, I've always been class clown, but it's really because like I'm very insecure and a nervous person. And like doing these videos for my professor and getting everybody involved, and it's helped me a lot with my self-esteem. So I think that's been my favorite part, is just the people and what it's done for me socially.
That's cool. That's good. And the videos that you post on Instagram, I dig them. Like
Thank-
when I get tagged on, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like there have
so
been
much
a couple
fun.
collabs where I think I was able to collab, accept collab. Like I have a pattern
Yeah.
uh on my grid, so like there are times where like there's someone from Australia who will send me a post at about 5 o'clock. And there was a couple times you sent the post directly after them, and I was like, "That's the most perfect timing because I needed that next post, and I wasn't ready." And
Yeah.
then you'll send a collab, and I'm like, "Yes, all right, cool. Now I can do this, and then I got this for the end of the night." And whenever I see I have something from him, I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let me go check it out. Let's go ahead and either accept collab or shoot it to the stories, whatever it may be." But I think your posts have been really I like them. I think they've been fun. I think that uh, even just kind of posing certain questions,
Right.
in a joking fashion, but it's still like a question. It's like, huh, never thought of that. But social media, this community and the jiu-jitsu community, and then you couple that with social media, I think it is very strong and just super helpful to a lot of us. Like we share that in common with the being introverted, walking into a room full of people, and it's like the first thing I think to do is like do something funny
Yeah.
to kind of throw. Like I was at my cousin's baby shower yesterday, and it was people from her work, and I don't know these folks, so I walked in. I'm like, looking, okay, what can I do? What can I do? And there's like, I guess, a baby word scramble sheet, so I fill it out real quick, and I go, all right, y'all, the smartest person in the room is here. I got you beat. And then just kind of like, all right, now I've got them off guard. I think I'm good now. Like they already know. Don't take that guy too serious. He makes jokes, so don't ask him to do anything like, I don't know, whatever the fuck you do
Nice
at baby
setup.
showers. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, hey, we need to get someone to help us set up. No, he makes jokes. He can't set shit up.
Dad jokes.
It's,
Get him out of here.
that's even better for like, hey,
Perfect.
you got to leave.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
That's like the wife asking the husband to do something, but he does it wrong on purpose, so she doesn't ask him to do it again.
I've been milking it for 25 years. I just was like, oh man, you want me to do
Don't
that?
let your secrets out. Keep that inside.
Oh no, she knows it.
She's too
like
smart. Yeah.
when she figured it out like maybe year 3,
Instantly.
but she still asks me to do stuff, and I'm like, okay,
She's
like,
like, and don't half-ass it this time. Like, do it the right way. I know.
and yeah,
Yeah.
but then she won't ask me to do laundry, which I actually love doing laundry. I'm like I'll do the laundry.
My
Like
husband
I
loves
want
doing
to do that.
dishes. Yeah. He just
That
puts on
too.
a YouTube video and he like chills and does the dishes. It's great.
But those are the things she won't ask me to do. She's
Mm.
like, I'll do the dishes and the laundry. I was like, I don't want to fucking
But
cut the
I want
lawn.
to.
I got
Yeah.
allergies.
I see. Pick and
So
choose.
yeah, yeah. I've been trying, but we're working through this marriage thing. It's been a lot of years. Um,
Any?
so with your your regular life and then your jiu-jitsu life, you
Yeah.
know, how's that balance work for you in terms of like your training schedule, versus just, family, work, like downtime?
Um, oh, geez. It's so my husband and I have this kind of competition here, like who's going to go to class and who's going to stay with the kids. And we're both like so hooked on this. My husband has had like really bad skin problems from the mats for like a month. Like he keeps getting ringworm, he keeps getting like these infections. I've never gotten anything. We've been to the same classes and he'll come home and he'll like have ringworm. I don't understand it. If he's got like more susceptible or what.
Hmm.
So like I've been going way more than him, and sometimes I'll bring the kids and I'll just give him the Kindle and he just like chills. Um we have classes every day at noon and 6:30. And then on the weekends there's open mats. So it's kind of tight, there's not a lot of options. Um but like right now I'm going like 4 days a week, whether it's a noon, a 6:30 or an open mat. And then Rich does his advanced classes in the mornings at 8 a.m. on the weekends. So those are easy to go to because that's before work. But then again, I have to convince my husband, like, hey, can I just be gone the entire day instead of being here in the morning and cooking breakfast for you because I want to go to jujitsu? And then that's like a whole nother thing. So it's, for me, especially this season in the summer, I'm working like 40, 50 hours a week, sometimes 80 hours a week, depending on if my family has guests over, the family that I cook for. Um, and it can be really crazy, but like I also can't not go to the gym. Like I'll just I'll lose my mind. So trying to balance like being away working and then justifying going to the gym during my off time and not being with my family, that's kind of been hard for us as a family because you'll say like it's only an hour. It's not only an hour. Like
No.
we go early, we stay late. Like it's not an hour. It's like 2 to 3 hours. So um I in the winter before my season started, I was going 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day. I was like, I'm in. And if I didn't have any commitments, honestly, if I could go twice a day every day, I would 100%.
I mean, as much time on the mat as possible. That's how we get better. So
Yeah,
get those
especially now
reps.
that I'm like not using every ounce of strength while I'm rolling. I'm actually like I actually feel good and I'm not so sore the next day. I can have that stamina to roll for that long and I can do the 2 a days and feel fine. I wouldn't be able to do that. I had to do every other day before, the first couple months because I would just couldn't. I just didn't have the stamina.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Uh, do you train primarily gi or no gi, or is there kind of a balance between the two?
there's a balance. So every other day it switches. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is gi. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is no gi. That's for both classes, the noon and the 6:30. And then nobody shows up to open mat with a gi. So yeah.
Yeah, I went to someone's open mat. I showed up with a gi, and yeah, I wasn't told that was no gi. I was like, oh, huh, that's weird. I don't know that it was necessarily no gi. It's just that it's open mat. So it's like, yeah, we're
Nobody
not
brings gi.
we're not
Yeah.
doing that. Whereas like our open
Unless
mat,
you're a
which
noob.
our Sunday open mat is just drilling
Yeah.
and like no sparring, it's just drilling.
Oh really?
And it's kind of like half and half. Like we'll have some folks show up in no gi and others show up in gi. I just bring all my shit. I'm just like, look, I don't know who's gonna be here, so I
Mm-hmm.
just got a gym bag full of gear, and we're gonna utilize what we have. But
Yeah.
hey, I mean, do you have a preference between the two?
I really want to be better at no-gi. That's where my focus is right now because I find that I'm submission wise, I don't have a lot in no-gi. Like in gi, I've got a lot more.
Sure.
a lot more. Like I go for collar chokes. I go for, I don't know north south with no gi. I don't know what I'm doing up there. Like I don't know where to put my hands. And I get there. I had my professor had chicken pox and he was out for like 6 weeks. And he rolled with me for the first time and he was weak. He was gassed. And I was like, listen, if I tap you, I'm getting a blue belt today. And he goes, yeah, totally. Like, you got this. And I get to side control. I get to Kesugatame. I start going into north south. And I'm pretty much just, my hip is on his face. I have the underhook. And I'm like 30 pounds heavier than him. Like, it, he, I'm just sitting on his face. And he couldn't get out, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to finish it. I was just hoping that he was uncomfortable enough to just tap, which obviously is not going to work. He was just waiting for me to move so he could, and then he ended up getting me in like the last 9 seconds of the round. But it was
Of
just so
course.
frustrating because I was like, I'm going to get the belt. Like, I was so excited. And then I didn't know what to do. I don't know how to choke when there's nothing there. Like, I don't know how to, so I worked with somebody else on that. The next open mat, I was like, you got to teach me some chokes for no gi because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Nogi
Again,
gets
getting there.
like that. Nogi gets tricky. Like obviously there are folks who they thrive in it,
Yeah,
but it's like from Nogi, I'm just like I've got Kimura. If I
yeah,
get that Kimura grip, that's about or straight ankle lock. I don't mess around with heel hooks just because I don't trust who I'm rolling with to like one of my teammates, he and I, we will at least get to the position we catch and release. Like we show like, hey, I got it, and then we'll let it go. But
okay,
I don't do many like foot locks with folks just because like I don't mind if they try it on me
hmm,
because for the most part I know how to defend them now. But I don't go for them because just in case they do something silly. And
hmm,
then if I get someone's back, I there's the over reliable rear naked choke. Like, but
yeah.
like
I can
that's
never
all I
get
got.
there. I'm never gonna get there. Maybe a woman. I've never rolled with a woman no gi. I've never even encountered a woman in no gi. So
Like, hmm, yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, I guess again at our gym we're pretty blended where everybody likes doing either or, so
yeah,
people show up with their gear for both. But like, I don't know, like,
I'm also really slow. I've found like I see people like spin around to the back really quick. Like I don't
mhm,
have that yet. I don't have like I feel like when I get those moves down and I know what I'm going for, then I can do it really quick. But I'm still
sure.
just figuring out, I'm really just trying to get to side control. Like that's my main focus is just getting around them and I never play guard. Like I tap somebody or I mean I fist bump the round starting and they go straight to butterfly. Everybody,
Mhm.
every single person. So I'm literally just trying to get around these guys' guards. I've never started in guard, not once.
Yeah, I don't like. I always get frustrated when they're like, "Hey, so what guard are you working on today?" I'm like, none of them.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I don't know.
I would love
Like,
to. I'm never there.
and it's like, so like I think my default answer is always deep half, even though I don't want to do deep half, but I'll say
Yeah.
deep half just so they think like, okay, you got a plan. I don't have a plan. I never have a plan. I
Yeah.
show up and I'm just like, what are you working on?
Right.
Like, I want to do what you're doing, and yeah, we'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
There's a professor here. He does the fundamentals classes. So he's the white belt expert, if you will. And he's taken to me like he's just been really fucking cool with me. And if he has a private and I show up early, he lets me be the body for his private. And he can observe and stand back and be like, all right, but I mean, I'm basically getting choked for 45 minutes by this person that's has the private lesson, but I'm learning while I'm in there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's still muscle memory is still happening, even though I'm not able. I'm like, can I choke this person? He's like, no, absolutely not. If you want to be in this private, you're gonna be the body. You're not here to learn in that way. But yeah, he's great.
Yeah, my coach used to have me come in when he would train police officers from time to time. He'd have me come in to be, the uke, I guess it is, or
Yes.
uki. And I thought about it after. I was like, oh, I guess I'm technically getting a private lesson too, because I'm in here, working with this guy. And then eventually he would have the guy use me for the technique and then
Perfect.
have me do the technique on the guy
Yep.
so he can work on defending it. So it's kind of like, oh, look at this. I am getting a private lesson secretly. He knew, but in my mind, I thought I was getting away with something. It's like, yes. Um,
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
but yeah, it's always good to have that though too. It's just like you said, you're being the body, it's being done to you, but you are still learning, you're still absorbing something from
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
uh,
No, I love seeing him. Or I'll go in to work out, and if I see him in the gym, I run in there. I'm like, "Do you need a body?" He's like, "Absolutely. Get your ass in here." Love that.
so with you being a chef, because that's what really got me. I was like, huh, what similarities are there between these two things? Do you see any similarities between um being a chef and grappling at this point? Because again, with grappling is still early on for you, but like even early on, like in cooking for you, were there any
Mm.
kind of lessons that you kind of applied to learning jiu-jitsu from those early days?
Uh, I mean, I'm a private chef, so this is like there's a difference between like what I do and what like a restaurant chef would do. So I deal much more with people, and I deal with a certain elite type of people. And I think tying this into what we were talking about before about like the social part of this and the social benefit of jujitsu. And I also run a business. So, like, this has helped me just be a more articulate, calmer, understanding, empathetic person and businesswoman. So, I deal with difficult people on a regular basis. I deal with people that want things here and now. But I mean, hopefully you can like kind of tell the energy that I have. I'm like a very neutral, calm person before this too. I was always kind of like this, but this I don't know about like similarities, but I think just it's helped me, just project, this level of calm that I think other people absorb, and I'm able to like calm situations down in real time because of
Okay.
things that I've learned on the mats.
I completely get that I think that's something a lot of folks wouldn't think you'd get from doing a martial art, is
Yeah,
how that can translate back and stay calm in a situation, or assess a situation differently than you would have
right.
before training. So,
I think it slows things down. It slows down your brain a little bit in a good way.
mhm.
Your gears aren't turning a million miles an hour. You're not overthinking everything. It's just kind of like a rational, smooth transition, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're in a pressure, like if you're in bottom side control,
Yeah, you
you
have to
know,
slow it down.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, you're freaking out because you're like, somebody's got me pinned down. I got to get out. I got to get out. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a point where you start to understand, like, just take your time and think. You're not in immediate danger,
Right.
so you have time to think. So I got you. I
Yes.
understand.
Yes. I was
Uh,
trying to think like, are there any like chopping moves? No, there's
oh,
physically no.
whenever my wife does, because she got it from Austin Powers, she'll say judo chop, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, no, no,
Judo
we
chop.
don't do that. But it's,
No,
Hollywood.
you don't
That's
even
what
do
they
that in
told us.
judo. There is no judo chop in judo either.
Yeah, it's like, stop saying things like
Yeah.
that. You're embarrassing me. Like, people are
You
like,
can't
but your husband does martial arts. You should know better. She very well, yeah, she should. You're right.
mm-hmm.
Shame on you. Uh,
Teacher.
I try. She's like, I've got good balance.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't. You have zero balance. Uh, do you have any current short-term goals on the mats that you're working on?
Yeah, not be a white belt anymore.
That's fair.
I just don't want to be a white belt anymore.
You walk in every day with the white belt. It's like, this thing sucks.
I
I
just
hate the
don't
color of
want.
this.
There's just such a. It's just like such a prejudice, and it's like I'm fucking over it, dude. Like I'm all about paying my dues. Like I get it, but I don't even like I'm not gonna treat another white belt the way that people are. Like I get shit for just having a jujitsu Instagram. Like people have commented, like you're not
Uh,
even like, why do you even have an Instagram for jiu? I'm like, because I fucking love it. Like it doesn't matter how long I've been doing it, and I don't claim to be an expert or claim to be anything. I'm just making funny videos and trying to bring some people joy. And um, yeah, I'd like to change the color of my belt. That's
yeah, that's a good goal. I mean,
yeah.
and it'll happen. Like
Honestly, I'm more excited for brown than black. I think the brown belts are so fucking cool.
my favorite color is purple. That's
Okay,
all I want.
you're just gonna
Like,
stay there for a little while.
I mean, I've been at blue belt forever, so once I
You're
get the
there.
purple, I'm just gonna like, this is my forever home.
What's forever? What do you mean? How long have you been a blue belt?
I've been what year is this? I think year 5. I've been blue belt, coming up on 6.
Okay, you're on the
So
cusp. Yeah,
yeah, um, so it's one of those things where I just like, I honestly just I'm just doing the work,
yeah.
and if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm still doing the work, because I, much like yourself, I love jiu-jitsu. I love going. I love being there. I love this community that we have, just
hmm
in person and through social media. That's was one of the big things with BJJ Wiki, was just I was sharing what I liked, and I liked jiu-jitsu. And I
Yeah,
saw some memes. And I was like, let me repost these memes. These are funny. And then it started becoming a thing. And I was like, oh, there's some pretty rad people out here.
yeah.
And it was like, I like this. So I'm going to keep, doing it. And if my belt color changes, cool. If it doesn't, I'm still here. I ain't got nothing else to do. I
Look,
can't go
I'm
back and play
fine with being a
basketball.
blue belt for 8 years. That's cool. I just don't
Yeah,
want to be a white belt anymore.
yeah, that's
Coach,
wild.
Coach Greg, please, Coach, help me.
Like, it's like, how long you been doing jujitsu? Well, about 15 years. What belt? White.
White.
Okay. Actually, when I went in to visit a gym, I'm signing a waiver, and the guy asked me at the time, like, how long you been training? I think at the time I've been training 6 years, maybe 7 years. He goes, oh, so you're a brown belt? I think I
Ouch.
just got I didn't just get my blue. I think what was my blue belt 4 years in. So yeah. So he's like, you're a
You've
brown
got a
belt?
tough gym. 4 years
Well,
blue.
the first year that I trained, I was only going on like once a week on Saturdays. The first year and a
Okay.
half, then I ended up getting sick, and it took a lot of time away. It took about six
Okay.
months away. But
Gotcha.
once I switched jobs and I was able to go 5 days a week,
Yeah.
I hit blue belt pretty quick.
Right.
And then COVID hit, and it was
Mm,
like, oh,
yeah.
well, here we are again. All right.
Right.
And since then, I've been kind of in and out, like on and off. And now I feel like I'm back to a more consistent run of training.
hmm
But I'm at this rate with it. I'm just like, look, man, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But just know that I like being here, and
hmm
there's no other hobby or activity I could really see myself doing at this point in my life. Besides, like, if I was doing a podcast, it'd probably be about action figures. That
Right.
like 400 in this basement surrounding me. So it's like, well, what do I do? I actually just thought about the other day. I got like 25 Wolverine action figures. So I guess one day I'm going to actually sit down and do a YouTube video. Let's
That
talk
is
about all these
something.
fucking things I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as this goes, your belt code is going to change. Mine hopefully will change. In the next two years, I'll give it that. And if it not, like I said, purple. I love purple.
Yeah.
That's my favorite color. So
There is this guy that just got promoted to purple, and he always went to nogi, and I could have fucking sworn he was a brown belt. He is so good. He is so good. And I see a video of our gym, and he's getting his purple belt, and I'm like, he was a fucking blue belt? What? So like, I don't even know how the system works. Like, it's very confusing to me, but um. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to put too much emphasis on it because I think that gets worse. I think it's like, when you're desperate for it, it's not gonna happen. I just want to like come and have fun um but that is definitely the goal for now is just to get out of this fucking white belt.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you could give some advice to a new white belt, even though you're still, you're inside of a year, but if you
Yeah.
saw a new white belt hit the mats today, what's something you tell them that um, you wish you knew early on?
I would say you can choose who you roll with. That was a big one for me in the beginning. I was like too shy, too scared to say no, of hurting someone's feelings. I say no to 80% of the people right now. I have like a very select few. Um, and yeah, I would just say like don't be discouraged in the beginning. Like it's really not about winning, it's about learning. And just be safe and
Oh yeah,
relax.
safe and relax. I think are the two of the most important things in the beginning.
Calm
Because
down.
yeah, breathe,
Yeah.
breathe. Because like if you're like that white belt yesterday,
Hmm.
I will help you breathe.
Yeah, I think yeah, if you're, like I said before, if you're tense, it's not going to go well. And you're going to get hurt much easier
Mhm.
if you're tense.
Yeah.
So just chill.
I do remember my coach yelling to me in that competition, breathe, Dante, breathe. I looked over, I was like, huh? Oh shit.
I can't
Like,
imagine in competition though, like the adrenaline pump's got to be insane. Like are you even able to think properly?
in the second match, the guy was
Okay.
just better than me, but
Yeah.
I was able to understand what was happening. Whereas the first match, I didn't know what was
It's
going
just a
on. I was just
blur.
like, what is this guy doing? He's on my back.
Hmm.
Like, and one of my coaches, he made a point of saying, because I always joke about, I was like, I don't know that I earned that belt or earned that medal. He's like,
Yeah.
well, you did because you stayed calm and you had the presence of mind to, get to a position for points. I was like, well, I wouldn't go that far. I just turned
Right.
around. And the guy even told me afterwards, hey man, I gave up. Once you gave your coach the thumbs up, I knew I had nothing more. I was like, really?
Interesting.
He should have told me that earlier. But yeah, just staying calm. That I think that's huge,
Yeah.
like for everyone.
Hmm.
Um, Before we wrap up, I would like to do a round of Would You Rather
Okay.
because I think I've been doing rapid fires before. And I was like, huh, I don't like the rapid fire questions. They're like I need to get some new ones. I got to go use the goggle. And
Would you rather? This is one of me and my son's favorite games.
all right, well then, let's see what do I got here. First, let me see. I think it's only four of them. Um, yeah, we're gonna go with four of these, or maybe three. Yeah, we're gonna go with three. Would you rather roll only with higher belts or roll only with white belts, other white belts?
Higher belts 100%. I learn more. I'm not going to get hurt. And it's much more fun with upper belts.
Fair enough. I agree. Because those white belts, y'all, wow.
I have a while now over here.
Now I'll be learning nothing from y'all.
No.
Uh, would you rather drill the same technique for an hour or roll live for an hour straight?
Oh my God. So we have a coach that he does like he'll jump in and do classes and we literally drill the whole time and by like 45 minutes in we're all like, when are we gonna roll? I I would rather roll for an hour, honestly. Yeah.
All right. Would you rather train gi only or no gi only?
No gay only.
Kind of goes to what we already asked earlier anyway, but you know.
Yeah. I feel like it's just more useful in real life if you're training no gi only.
So I
Eh,
the
eh,
only argument I have with that is people wear jackets, people wear coat sweatshirts, you know.
They're not like a gi. You're gonna choke somebody with a coat?
Yes,
Are you gonna get your grips on the coat? I see what you're saying. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
And you're up north. Like that's oh my god. That should be
Yeah.
perfect for you right there. Get a
No, I
collar
didn't think
choke.
about that. Yeah. Well, they're stretchy too, so that's also a factor.
Yeah, now I can't wait to wintertime. Now I'm just gonna go to the city and
Maybe
just find people in
grabbing
coats.
coats
They're like, what? This is not gonna be on the news. Mad man running around choking people with their
with their
coats.
coats.
Like news at 11.
Perfect.
Um, and then the last one here. Would you rather have perfect defense and never get submitted, or have perfect offense and always attack, but risk being caught every so often?
I don't even know what it feels like to have perfect offense.
So it sounds like we're defending.
Yeah, but it might be really nice to be able to attack a lot. I
Well,
think
that's why this is your world. What do you want?
if it was right now and I was just able to defend everything and just frustrate the hell out of everybody because they can't tap me, I think that would be great. Like she is so hard to tap. I would love that title. Yeah, I'm gonna go defend.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love to hear it because we we like we're similar in so many ways in that way too. Because
yeah,
I have a short neck, so people try to choke me,
can't do it.
and then when they're done, they're like, "Man, it's so hard to choke Dante." And
That
then,
feels good.
meanwhile, I just got choked like 2 rounds ago. What are you talking about? It's not hard. That
Yeah.
was jujitsu.
You just
I
suck.
hope that person doesn't listen. Like,
Yeah, they're gonna have a resentment against you now.
yeah, now all they're gonna do is try to just like
They're
choke
gonna
the hell
work
out of
on
me.
their choke game just for you.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, I'm just gonna look. Every time they learn something, I'm gonna learn the counter to it. So you
Perfect.
can keep trying if you want, baby, but you ain't
That's the
gonna get me.
game. That's right.
Yep. So I think that's all I got for you today, Chef Robyn. So thank you for making the time to do this and just sharing your experiences. Because even though you're a white belt, I still think that that's very important to hear the experiences that you're having on the mats inside the first year, number one. And number two, we love this shit so much. It's nice to talk about it. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for
Thanks for
that.
having me. This was a lot of fun.
Good, good. Before we get out of here, do you have any shout outs or mentions you'd like to leave our listeners with today?
Shout out Hampton's Jiu Jitsu. Coach Greg Melita and Coach James have been absolutely incredible for my journey. They've made me feel safe and secure, and they've been amazing to my family and my children. And if you're ever in the Hamptons area, one, hire me as your private chef, and two, come to Hamptons Jiu Jitsu because they are absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. I'll make sure that I'll put the show notes or the links in there for the show notes so everybody
Absolutely.
knows and they'll go out there and visit, train. They're safe, they're friendly, and sounds like a fun time.
Yes.
And as always, to the listeners, thank you. If you have any questions, concerns, criticisms, feel free to reach out. You can always find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram or Off the Mats Podcast as well on Instagram. I want to give a big shout out to Nerd Rage Radio, my crew over there that got me started. Bobby, Chris, Joe, Marilyn, Phil, Ricky T. Oh, I have a mug with all the names, but it's upstairs. But all those guys over there at Nerd Rage Radio, thank you so much. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be doing a podcast because, they don't let me talk about jiu-jitsu over there. It's just fucking Star Wars and nerd shit. But I love those guys anyway, so thank you. I also want to give a shout out to my other podcast. So, you like horror? If you're into scary movies, go check it out. This week, I believe by the time this comes out, we will have done the episode on Carrie, remake versus original, 1976 version versus 2013 version. That's been our theme for the year. We're sticking with it. October, we're going to do an episode every week. So we're going to be doing a bunch of work. And then leading into 2026, we're going to be talking about horror TV shows. So if you're into horror movies and horror content, we're going to get some comic books in there too, just all this stuff. Go check it out. So you like horror on Instagram, all the words separated by underscores. And, Dante, I'm the host. It's my shit. And last but not least, I want to thank our guest here, Chef Robyn, for sharing her experiences and just being a good time. This was fun. Like I mentioned before, I get a little nervous in the first few minutes of the pod, but we talked a little bit before, and then once we got rolling, it was like, oh, I'm talking like an old friend here. So thank you for your time, your story, and I'd love to have you back on. So
Thanks,
thank you.
Dante.
And again, to the listeners, we love you guys. Thank you. You guys know what it is. You all keep listening. And we're going to definitely keep making these shows. Thank you, everybody. And ciao. Yeah, or arrivederci. Bye.
Ciao.
See y'all.
They were with it. Now let me sing a song.